Seja assim por todo dia.
Morning. I forgot my rain gear again. Rode halfway, stopped for a coffee, and it looked perfectly fine. And then all of a sudden, it started to, as you can see. Today's story is about standing in your own power. A lot of people would think it's very narcissistic to be constantly making selfie videos and posting stories about oneself. Anyone who creates anything, whether it be a painting, sculpture, whether it be a story, it's a form of narcissism. A song, anything. You want other people to take notice of whatever it is that you're doing. In the case of filmmaking, how else are you going to learn? You have no budget to hire somebody to be the actor. You can't just go out on the street and film anything. So you become the actor in your own film. And that's how you learn. Rain to subside. Look at it. This isn't even a real heavy rain. This is just a light rain. But it piles up really quick. Note to self, do not leave the rain gear at the studio. Always have the rain gear on the bike. Hey, almost to my studio, and I noticed this really funky plant here. Look at this thing, it's like out of a cartoon. Oh, it's all sticky on the outside. I've never seen anything quite like that. And look at it, it's growing all the way up there too. This thing is really an unusual plant. Let's see if we can get a close-up look of it. And that's what I love about living here is you always see some really funky stuff. This is a flowering cactus. That's what that is. Yeah, look at the flowers on this cactus. This is like out of a Dr. Seuss little good test of the selfie stick. So, a flowering cactus. Behind me is the balcony up on my studio. When it's nice and sunny and I have the time, I have a chair, I take my book, my iPad, I listen to music, and I read. And that's my reward for working hard. So I just wanted to touch a little bit more on standing in your own power, because the theme of this particular video is narcissism, and the accusation that it might be very narcissistic to be doing selfie photography and making videos about yourself. However, as I pointed out in my previous clip, it's impossible to be able to hire actors so that you can learn how to edit and how to put together movies. So you have to be the actor until you can afford to hire somebody. And until then, this is how I'm learning to make film. And it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I've always been fascinated with photography and especially video. I have video, 15 years of it actually, on various different formats. And I'm going to start using some of that and go back to trips in the Caribbean and different things that I've done. Anyhow, standing in your own power. That's the theme of today's video. And it was Max Igan, I believe, unless he borrowed it from someone else, Max Igan that coined that term. Now, he's very famous. He's from Australia, and he has a website called The Crow House. I'm going to put the link in the description box down below. And Max Igan, he is the ultimate truth teller. He is the truther. And the Crow House is the mother of all rabbit holes. There is a list on the Crow House of every single conspiracy, every single false flag, it's really worth having a look. I mean, I warn you, don't go down too many of these rabbit holes. Don't get too caught in all of this. The message, though, that Max Igan continually pushes, and he speaks on radio, he's very much a celebrity now, but it's standing in your own power, knowing who you are, not worrying about what other people think or say about what you're doing or what, you know, what you're producing. You have to go ahead and take the leap and just do it. It's a little bit daunting at first, but the more you practice, the easier it gets. And standing in your own power is more about it's more than just making videos with your own face in it. I'm just using that as an example. I'm talking about living a life where you stand in your own power.